works its way through your body.
Down the inside, and now it's glory time.
Don't be afraid.
There's a nasty impact.
125 years of experience will guide you. Remember the success. Learn from the defeats. Respect your opponents.
What a time!
This is your challenge. Enjoy the ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon and a very warm welcome indeed to this, the launch of the all-new Mercedes-Benz EQ Formula E team. My name is Danny Hornigold and I'll be your host and moderator through this afternoon session. This year, Mercedes-Benz, along with the world's motorsport community, celebrate 125 years of motorsport. And for the first time, at the end of this year, the iconic three-pointed star will adorn a racing car in an all-electric series for the first time. To talk to us about this exciting new chapter and the new adventures that lie ahead, please welcome Head of Mercedes-Benz Motorsport, Toto Wolff.
Hi, everybody.
Toto, good afternoon. I mentioned there 125 years in motorsport. Let's get started. It's obviously pretty important, but how important is motorsport to Mercedes-Benz?
Well, it's very easy to answer. Like we always say, our core business is building road cars and building race cars. The first ever Mercedes was a racing car, and here we go. We are embarking on a new mission, on an electric mission.
We mentioned again 125 years ago, it was the racing cars that really drove the development of those production cars at the time. What can the production series, do you think, learn now from your motorsport activities?
Racing for us is the fastest research lab. Everything we learn, be it in Formula E or Formula One, is in some way translated into road series. In order to be successful in Formula E, you need to have the most efficient powertrain, and this is exactly the same for our range of road cars.
One of the things that we've seen over the last number of years is fans and media alike trying to sort of play off Formula One and Formula E as competitor series. Where do the two sit for you?
Two totally different propositions. Formula One is a sport that exists since 60, you will know better, 60, 70 years?
Well, 1950, so 69 years.
Yeah, 69 years. Has an audience of 2 billion every year, around 100 million live views every single race, and is a truly global sport. It's premium. This is like Mercedes-Benz cars. And on the other side of the spectrum, you have our exciting startups, and Daimler is very active in startups, and we're looking at the future, and Car2Go always comes into my mind. We're doing Car2Go and we're doing Mercedes premium cars, and somehow Formula E is such an exciting young startup. It taps new audiences, it's urban, has a festival character and event character, and on top of that, exciting sport.
So Formula E's been running for a few seasons now. Season 6, why now for Mercedes-Benz?
Well, we have looked at things. We were obviously, you could see in the video, there is a lot of DTM, and we're a bunch of pretty loyal guys. We've been in DTM for a very long time, in the same way that we've been in Formula One for a long time. And we came to the realization that maybe we needed to do something new. And we started to look at Formula E 3 years ago, and it was not quite sure how it would develop. And then we took the decision 2 years ago to transition from touring cars that we find very exciting, maybe a little bit old school, into Formula E. And in order to prepare, we had a little bit of a look with our partner HWA last year, and we get going in December.
I think if I can speak as a racing fan for a moment, I'm sure I echo some people in this room and around the world. I think one of the big things to look forward to in season 6 is that we see the 4 sort of legendary German marques of Porsche, BMW, Audi, and of course Mercedes-Benz going toe-to-toe for the first time in a racing series. Brilliant from a fan's perspective, but does that bring a little bit of pressure, shall we say? Does that ramp up the pressure for yourselves?
Well, these guys have, they are our competitors in road cars, but they have left us alone in Formula One. We are the only gladiator there. But we need to be realistic. We are joining the ranks in Formula E as a newcomer. Audi has been there for a while. BMW has been pretty successful last season, at least at the beginning of the season. And Porsche and us, we are the challengers coming in. And you need to be modest about what's possible. We are aiming high. We aim to surprise, but the others haven't slept either. So we're exciting to go head-to-head with these fantastic other brands.
So you've danced around the point, I guess, a little, Toto, but we know you're a competitive guy. What's the goal for Mercedes-Benz in season 6?
Well, we have these exciting 2 platforms. We are racing hybrid in Formula 1 and we are racing electric in Formula E. And when you are fighting for top positions in Formula 1, it can't be your aim to go into Formula E and aim for second best. So our target is to eventually be in a position to fight for race wins and to fight for a championship, but this is not something you can put on the roadmap for year 1. Year 1 is about learning. We have an exciting driver lineup where we have to get some more experience. We have a really good guy who will be leading the team, and all this needs to fall into place, and we got to give them a year. I think we can surprise with highlights, but in order really to put it all together, and we've seen it in Formula 1, it took 4 years, it may take a while.
Toto, thank you so much for your time, but it's now time, I'm afraid, for you to hand over to the man who'll lead Mercedes into battle as we head to season 6. Toto, thank you very much indeed.